Hello guys,
We're back.
Yes, I'm Tatiana.
I'm Anastasia.
And me and my wonderful co-host decided to continue talking about finances and relationships, because finances are kind of very important topic nowadays.
Kind of very important.
Kind of. And previously we were talking about...
Yes, previously I was telling a story when I was at IKEA, and initially we were talking about 50-50 on a first date.
Yes.
We shared our opinions on this topic.
It was our decision, how we think about it was mutual.
Yes, it was pretty much mutual. Video is available in the link.
Yeah.
And I was talking about a story that I had in IKEA when I saw a married couple paying separately, but completely separately, for their things. So the woman was buying kitchenware, and the husband was buying like hardware, some tools and stuff.
Man things.
Yeah, just men things. And they even had 2 kids with them. Yeah, and they even separated like toys. So she paid for the toys. Yeah, she paid for the toys for one kid, and he paid for the toys for the other kid. And they ended up paying the bill completely separately. And I was standing there and thinking like, okay, wow. Because for me, there is no, if it's a kid, how can you separate these 2 things?
You know who's the favorite kid for each person.
Yeah, like I was like,
Okay.
It's a kid. He can't be like favorite, you know, like.
You know, honey, I'm gonna pay for a second one. I love him more. Okay, then I will take my first.
I don't know. That was so weird. Really, I was shocked for like 10 minutes. I couldn't. I was paying and I was like, I gotta go, because I didn't understand that.
For me, it sounds like a horror story, because, disclaimer, every position is possible, like it can be, and I'm with total respect to each position people have, if it's not criminal. But we are talking here about our views on situations, on finances, on relationships, and maturing and everything. It's like just our opinion. The cat, his name is Kashmir, he is trying to destroy our wonderful setup of 3 cameras. Kashmir, baby.
I think he's targeting my phone. It's clearly my phone that's in the car.
Because you have dogs.
Yeah, he smells the dog.
Yeah, and he smells dogs. Smart boy. Thank you. It's our opinion, and please don't be... We are not judging.
Yeah, I think it's important.
Yeah, you just shared your opinion that for you it would be unacceptable.
Yeah. I just want to make it clear that we are not judging any other opinion, we are not judging any other life position, we are just expressing what we think, and we also hope that we can also have some support from other people that think similar or the same like we do. But if somebody has another view or another life position, then it's okay. Everything is accepted.
Yeah, we are just not your crowd, maybe. Yeah, and we are finding our crowd with the same opinions and values.
Yes.
So, yeah. Disclaimers over. So, what was the most unacceptable for you in this event between those people?
That a man because his wife was buying kitchenware, a bunch of like pots and everything, and he let her pay for that stuff. And I was thinking like, she's cooking for you including, so these stuff are not only used by her, but technically you also use
Yes.
them. So if you are separating it to an extent who is using kitchenware or hardware, like tools, well, you are using these kind of things as well, and your wife is cooking for you, or sometimes maybe the husband cooks also for the kids or for her, I don't know, but I mean, these things are shared, and when things are shared, how can you let your wife just pay for explicitly her own things? Why don't you just take the kitchenware and say like, hey hon, I'm gonna pay it, you know?
Yeah, I know.
And for me, this was shocking because my fiance and we do not separate something like this. Like if he sees, I desperately want some kind of a pot or a pan or something, like he's like, not even questioning it, like I'm paying that, you know.
Oh, that's why he's your fiance.
I hope that I'm still making him happy, you know, despite other like problems that we have and everything, because in every relationship there is
it's fine, but I think the most important is when your values are aligned, and then you can come to compromises that are not destroying to each other's personality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When values are aligned, you can shift from some point to another and not feel like you are not appreciated or used.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't want to say, I also don't want to sound like I am just about finances and who pays.
it's just the topic now.
It's the topic, but I just want to say that today, for example, we are talking about the financial responsibilities in a relationship, and I think it's also important to mention what a woman gives in return in a relationship, because we have, I mean, both of us have been in this situation where our work is completely left unseen, and because a man pays, I mean, that's even the example with my parents, because some people think that if my dad pays, then my mom has like 10 cleaning ladies and she never cooks and she never cleans and never takes care of the household. But it's completely the opposite. My mom doesn't have any cleaning ladies. She's doing all the cleaning in the apartment by herself, and she only cooks by herself. So like there are no cooks or chefs that are standing there and making the food, just because she likes doing these things.
The most important thing.
Yeah.
That she likes doing this.
Yeah, like she genuinely enjoys.
Yeah.
But I see nothing bad in having a cleaning lady or a cook. Like if you hate cooking, then why don't you hire a cook, you know? I see nothing bad about it.
Yeah, if you have resources, why not? Why? Because you have resources to make your life better.
Yes.
More comfortable. Why you earn money to what?
Yeah.
So my position about finances in relationships, it's just I want it to be like this because now I'm single and I've been married for several years, let's say, but we were in relationships for 10 years, and since we moved out from our parents' houses and moved in together, my ex-husband, he covered everything, even when we were not married. For me, it was non-negotiable. Of course, I understand that there can be situations, especially when you're young, when a guy cannot afford providing for both parties.
Yeah, financial struggles.
Yeah, and basically, I've heard very nice idea that in a relationship you can behave like it's a business partnership, and you do on financial level, of course, and you do the best for your business relationship. And I totally agree that if you're like 23, 25, even 30, but you both know that it's better. For example, a husband, he goes to work and you make his life more comfortable for him to grow. And you have a prenup where it's written that if you divorce, you get 50-50 because you did your housework, this unpaid labor, which is statistically, I didn't read the statistic, but I've heard it many times and I actually believe it, that if a woman spends time at work, then she comes home, and also when she has children, and even without children, we do 3 times more than a man who just goes to work.
Yeah.
And even if a man helps with the house, but of course, if it would be a perfect world if a man could do it 50-50 too. In my experience, women do more. You stay at home, you do all the work, it's like 2 jobs, and he does one.
Yeah.
And you do it to prosper together.
And more than this, I also think that women always, no matter if they're taking care of the household or they are cooking or taking care of the kids, women always try to look very appealing,
we have to.
Sexual, and very pleasant to look at, by a man. But that's also a job.
Of course,
that's like a separate job, taking care of yourself. I don't know, doing nails, haircuts, facials, all of this. It's like a separate job, and it's not easy to just, doesn't come like this.
Have you heard this position that, okay, you pay for your nails, everything, I didn't ask you to do this, a guy tells. So
Yeah.
I didn't ask you. And, okay, you didn't ask me, but you have chosen me like this, with my nails, hair, lashes, vaccine, clothing, makeup, and it costs shit ton of money.
And then try once not doing the nails. He would be like, "Oh, why aren't your nails done?" Because I had once like a period in my life where I decided not to do any shellac. And my fiance said, "Oh, I miss your nails, I miss the color on the nails." And I was like, okay, that's another proof that basically men do pay attention to these details, and it's not like they are ignoring it, even the small things, like they notice everything. And this is another proof that a woman has like 5 more tasks in addition to like men working.
Yeah. And also, we are expected to look nice. And the statistics shows that women who take care of their appearance, they earn more. And I read a terrifying article in Economist, and it was said that overweight women, like plus size, even with master degree, earn less than pretty privileged women, so skinny, very groomed, without master degree. So even your education for you as woman works worse than your appearance. It's like it makes more sense to go to nail salon than to get a degree, even at work, where you should do work, not only please man's eyes.
Yeah, I also have a story here because many years ago, I think 9 or 8 years ago, I had a friend, and she wanted to work at a clothing store because we were both students. We weren't really earning any money, and we were looking for a job, both of us. But back then I had long hair. I was brown, she was blonde. We were both like same plus minus same weight, but I was not the type for a lot of makeup, and she was basically all the time like full makeup, but like in a nice way, not too much. But you could see that the girl was spending a lot of time doing her makeup, and I was always like more for the natural look. So we looked quite similar. It's just that I was brunette, she was blonde, and she always like had her nails done and
Sorry,
everything.
I'm just imagining you being brunette.
Yeah, I was brunette and I had hair like until here for sure.
Pictures.
I can show you. I was not very comfortable with this hair length, but back then, like, I was very girly. I had a lot of this, you know, feminine inside me. And we sent both of our CVs to Gucci. At the same time, basically, I think it was even on the same day.
With pictures.
With pictures.
It's important.
With pictures. And it was summer. I was on summer vacation. I was in south of France with my family. And then I get a call from her and she is like, "Oh, I got accepted to Gucci." So it basically was between me and her.
Okay.
And back then I was so disappointed because, and we also had previously no work experience, both of us. So this for sure had something to do with the looks.
Especially in Gucci.
And I was thinking back then, like, damn, why her, you know? I was thinking, like, why wasn't I accepted, you know? And I was like a little bit sad because I was also feminine. I was in my pleasing era, you know? I was trying to look like a good girl. I was trying to look like everybody else, you know, makeup, the fashion style, you know, what I was wearing, and I was trying to please all of this majority. And when that didn't work, my whole world collapsed. I was like, I'm pleasing everybody, I'm doing so much, but why not me, you know? And like I said, same work experience, same everything. And she got accepted and I didn't, you know? And I was like...
We talk about work. Okay, it's work with people, but still, they hired
it's
a girl.
Professional.
Yeah, they hired a girl who they thought were more pleasing to those rich men eyes.
Yes.
And talking about relationships, where appearance means way more.
Yeah.
We choose each other, of course, when we choose in a long-term relationship. We know some more personal stuff. But when we choose to go on a first date, for example, we choose for the appearance.
Of course, there is nothing that you don't know the person, you don't know the character. There can be some chemistry, but sometimes you just look at someone and you're like, wow, you know, like, and that's the physical appearance. And especially women, like, I think women are such wonderful beings that even by looking at someone, you have this charisma and there's just some flash in there that you're like, oof, you know? So you cannot, the first impression you make is the physical appearance impression. It's not the character, it's not the voice, it's just by the way you look.
Yeah, and that's why we cannot spare money on nails.
No.
So, what do we have? We have 3 jobs. And also, okay, we have 4 jobs, and we should pay for kitchen utilities. But she has given him 2 children.
Yep, that was the worst. She gave him kids. She gives him comfort at home, and then she's the one paying for these utilities. And I'm sorry, we are talking about IKEA utilities.
Yes.
These are not utilities for 500 euros one pot. This is like 200 euros maybe was a total bill of her. And even with a standard job, you as a man cannot pay kitchen utilities for your wife that is...
You have a family.
Yeah, for what? That was the same question that I was asking. What for if you cannot even, out of, I don't know what thoughts he was having in his head, that you cannot pay for your wife's kitchen utilities?
I think he just doesn't want. Of course, I don't know him. Yeah, don't be after me.
Neither do I.
I don't know him, but for me, it looks like he's so cozy and comfortable in relationships. And if there were no woman, he would leave much more miserable.
Yeah.
Only for his, I think, not that big salary. I'm almost sure she pays for their apartment.
Yeah, 50-50 probably as well.
Yeah, and why I'm so evil about this man? Because I had an experience of 50-50 relationships, and thanks God, not a long one. And I left relationships devastated, like nothing inside, because I was so tired.
Because everything was taken out of you.
Yeah.
Your money, your effort, your physical appearance that you were trying to pull for this guy. Like, he was just consuming.
Yeah.
But what was he giving? What are you getting back? Stress.
Yeah. Then a year of therapy. And then we talk about 50-50. I think, honestly, this is why now, at the first date, I was on a date. And I was pretty direct about, listen, boy. So you work there, okay. Property? Car? What car? Like, and he answered, then we had one date and then nothing. He just deleted his account. But I'm proud of myself because, of course, I was kind of embarrassed asking about those material things because I don't want to look material, but because I have this wound from my past relationships and that now I know no way. I want to be in relationships where I'm taken care of. Of course, I also want him to be kind, to be generous, to be funny, to match my values. But if you have all this and you don't know how to earn money for your family, maybe you're a great guy, but we are not a match.
Yeah. What advice would you actually give to women who are looking for a partner, but how can they position themselves and say in the right way to a man that they are not being called like a prostitute or a gold digger or something, because we talked about this also before. When a woman clearly says what she wants, she is being labeled as something immediately. Do you have any advice on how, is there a way how to, maybe even on a first date, to say like, hey, these are my expectations, and basically if you are not ready to give me this, we are not a match?
So, first of all, I think that we cannot control it, even if you say it in the nicest way possible. And if a guy is looking for someone to take from, he would say, oh, you're so materialistic, you're a gold digger. Man, there is no gold to dig. Second, it's more practical advice. For me, personally, it's easier to not to say, there is a list. Please, tick, 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 tick. If nothing, sorry, but for me, it's easier just to ask questions. Like you have, for example, you have values. You have values of a man who loves children. And you don't say, I want you to love our children, and if you don't want to have children, please go. You just ask, have you ever thought about having kids? Maybe your friends have kids. What do you think about it?
Okay, so not like
Straightforward.
in like an offensive way, but
It's
more
aggressive.
like not passive aggressive, but like from a side and just in a nice way, more welcoming, let's say, for somebody.
Yeah. I think the key is to see your date as another human being
Mm-hmm.
who, of course, can have different preferences, and you are not demanding, you are curious. You have this teenage
Curiosity, yeah.
playful thing. It's not that it's your. I hope you are safe on a date, and you can ask these questions. And for me, it works the best.
Okay, Tatiana, thank you for the tip. I really hope that somebody who is maybe wondering how you can ask these kind of questions are going to find the tip useful.
And I also wanted to talk about safety, also in relationships. But now I have experience, like the freshest experience of dating, and I have this fantasy idea. I don't say that it works, but in my head I have an idea. So I wear luxury bags, and I think if I wear luxury bags and some expensive items on a date and show them in a dating profile, that shows a man my financial expectations of him, that basically, yeah, I'm a lovely woman, but I'm also materialistic.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I understand that there are many flaws in this idea, but it's like a vulnerable moment for me that I have an idea brings safety, you know?
Okay, then next time we will talk about why are people showing off luxury goods items.
Very nice.
And what is the, let's say, purpose or idea behind it? Because I think we also have a lot to share on these thoughts.
Yes, you wear it, I wear it too, and not everyone thinks that it's even appropriate.
Yeah, some people agree, some people disagree. Some people think it's funny.
Yeah.
Some people think, I was told so many times that this is like bad tone and everything, you know, but we will talk about
next
it.
time. Thank you so much for watching. You can check our other episodes. We have 2, and it will be on our YouTube channel. And we have also our social media. Follow us to spend more time with us. Anastasia is posting more lately.
Yes.
Even more
I
often
try.
than me. So please check.
Thank you so much for being
you.
here. See you.
Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye bye.